Brady, you're one goal away from 30 this season, and the interesting thing, I think, is that you're shooting less, actually. What was there a change in your approach to specifically goal scoring this year, or is it kind of like the team's a whole different beast offensively?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I think for myself, my mindset is not force anything, just see the play, make the play. If the shot's there, shoot it and shoot to score. But I think that's kind of been my mindset. This year, years past, it's usually create chaos in front of the net. But of course, when we're there's a bunch of whacks and chances to score there. But I think with our team, there's just so many threats offensively and so many guys that can make plays and just to get open. And you have guys that'll find you and vice versa. So it's definitely nice that whether you have Josh who can shoot the puck, one of the best league wide, Drake who makes unbelievable plays, Timmy, all over. There's so many guys that have different elements to their game that creates chances and opens up ice for themselves and their line mates too.
Does this feel like, statistically, obviously it is, but does it feel like the power play's been clicking the best here in your time?
Yeah, no, I think so. It's first year there's a lot of great players on the unit, and this year I feel like we're right up there where we all bring something different. And I think that's what makes the power play special is that there's so many different threats. I think everybody's a threat in their own way, and whether being one guy being a decoy one night, then the other guy getting that chance and shoot the puck but yeah, we all have different looks that we've run all year, and I think I think that's what makes our group special is that we can all score on that unit.
Would you be able to talk about the importance of that game? It was in Carolina, early December. It felt like this thing was going right off the rails, and would it be fair to say that was a season saver for you guys?
Yeah, well, looking back, playing Van the night before, we didn't like our effort. We didn't like, especially on that losing streak, the effort we gave. We just felt like we weren't doing enough, for ourselves and for each other and for the community that rallies around and supports us. So we definitely weren't happy with that, and I think it was a back-to-back with Carolina. So if we put in that effort, we'd have gotten blown out again. So we really want to dig deep, and that was probably the toughest back-to-back all year. Traveling there, getting late. So we could have easily made excuses and not put our best effort there, but we really dug down and played our best. And I think like you said, I think that kind of created momentum for us and created that belief again that we can hang with anybody in this league. So I definitely think that kind of was a momentum swing for us to get our swagger back.
When you look at all the top teams in the league, Florida and Tampa, Colorado on the other side, is there one that you think you could, style-wise, that you can model yourself after that would you like to play?
Yeah, we've always tried to emulate, Carolina, Boston. There's so many great teams that, there's different, skill sets on each team, which I think is pretty cool. And but we've always tried to model ourselves after, Carolina, Boston, the two teams that have, a lot of skill, but they play the right way, every day in every game and in practice too. So, if we can emulate, those two teams because they've always had success, playoffs and go deep in playoffs year in and year out. So, if we can try to model ourselves after them, I think we'd be pretty happy.
Can you tell us about your experiences, the captain of the Senators so far, and you've had a discussion with the ex-captain Alfredson, and what can you tell us out of that conversation? What comes out of that conversation?
Yep. That was huge for me to get his opinion on things, and he's a legend in the community, and definitely want to follow in his footsteps in that aspect. And I just think we faced a ton of adversity this year, and I think being able to rely on guys and rely on my family too. It's to kind of get their perspective and different perspective, and just learn so many valuable lessons. And from the start, like I said, it's not just one person leading; it's everybody leading by example and everybody doing their part. And I think that's what our group has done, especially with the adversity we faced. It's going to be valuable lessons and moving forward.
Brady, have you talked to Matthew Joseph about his visit to the White House?
Yeah, I was talking to him about it, and I mean that's such a cool experience to be able to do that. I know he was kind of wasn't sure if he was going to go or not at the start, with his injury and stuff, and I was like, you have to go and you have to experience it. It's a pretty cool experience, and of course, everybody growing up sees that and gets to meet the president and stuff like that. So he definitely, and the White House too. So that'd be pretty cool, and definitely a little bit jealous, and because that looks like an awesome experience.
Have you ever been to the White House? Like, obviously not in that respect, but...
Yeah, just walking by in D.C., but nothing like that experience. That's hopefully down the road.
Except when you win this time, it's going to be on Parliament Hill.
Yeah, true. So, which we see a lot. So, hey, that would be a pretty amazing experience too.
On a broader spectrum, you're facing a powerhouse offensively tonight. First 60-goal scorer in decades, multiple 50-goal scorer, multiple player reached 100 points plateau. What should we read about that? Is this a sign that the game is opening up and we're getting back to a more offensive game?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing some of the accomplishments guys have made, and I guess you can say that games becoming more offensive, a lot of spark in that aspect. But I mean it's pretty cool to see some of the milestones have guys reached, and personally to see my brother accomplish 100 points. It's definitely I don't know if I could have been more excited than him, but I was right up there with him. So it's pretty cool to kind of have that personal connection with him to see him accomplish that amazing feat.
Is that a personal goal for you, the 100 points plateau?
I mean, yeah, I guess, but that'd be cool. But just focusing on day in day out, giving my best, and try to make the team as better every day. And but yeah, if that happens, that'd be cool. Not gonna lie, but we'll see. There's a lot more work to be put into to get up to Matthew's level.
PJ mentioned earlier this week that he sees maybe 40 in your future.
I mean,
doesn't want to put pressure for 50. But...
Yeah, of course, always appreciate that, his confidence in me. He's, been great for me ever since he's been here, and definitely feel like I've, elevated my game under him, and he's, taught me a lot of valuable things. So, always appreciate the confidence. I guess we'll see. Always have, that belief in myself, but, I guess time will tell.
Brady, when your season wraps up, is it safe to say you might make a couple trips to Calgary to support your brother? Yeah,
especially after that game. At Nashville, of course, wasn't able to watch, but seeing highlights and hearing it from him, hopefully it works out with that's their matchup, because that'd be pretty entertaining. So yeah, they'll definitely be making a couple trips to Calgary.
Brady, is there anything that you as captain can say to your dressing room to kind of lock in the momentum you generated this year, so that it isn't lost the way it was last year? Because you go back to last April, you're in very much the same situation with the bright future ahead of you, and then some missteps through the beginning of this season. Is there anything you can say as a captain to say, keep the foot on the gas or something?
Yeah, well, it's a long summer. It's guys kind of go their own ways, and have that family time, and kind of for a little bit take their mind off the game for a little bit. Let everybody recover physically, mentally. It's a long year, especially as of late. Playing every other day. It's been tough for everybody. So I think it'll be nice to kind of get your mind away from hockey for a little bit. But I think everybody knows it's a big summer for us. Everybody's going to come back prepared and come back in their best form, because, like you said, we don't want to get in that cycle of what's been happening for the last couple of years. So I don't think much is going to need to be said, because I think everybody's going to be ready, and especially with the way we're going to finish here these last two games. I think it's I think that momentum will carry forward throughout the summer and just push us to even find another level.